Yes. The way that team gets stronger, Pokedo, is it builds to Blade Master 6 with Gunslinger 4, and you make one of your Gunslingers a Blade Master, and it gets a lot stronger. But to do that, you have to have a spatula. Without a spatula, you can't do that. The idea of that comp is you open for it early. We did essentially open for it early. We didn't sell all of our pieces to do it, but we were on econ almost from the first round, and we kept almost nothing. Remember, we hit Graves 2 at the beginning of the game. We didn't buy out till like after 5. We didn't start rolling until Krugs. Like, that was essentially an open for it opener. And we were at the bottom. I mean, if you want to backseat me, can you backseat me in a way that isn't identically reflecting on what I just did and then got screwed by RNG? Can you do that? Oh, you're explaining. Okay. Because right now that's like super insanely frustrating. Because we did those things. Those are the things that we did to get there. And then we still got penalized for it. We got penalized for it because of the way their fucking picking system works. Jesus. How can I not get triggered? Like, the outcome of my game was just decided by a coin toss. Like, that's triggering. Like, you want player agency? All right. You want a game with strategies, interactions between the players, and depth to it? Why do you give me items that aren't balanced? Picking the application of player decision in a way that makes no sense whatsoever. Why do we have carousels? That's it. It's a game. You realize you're watching another player play a game right now for entertainment, and then you have the audacity to be like, it's just a game. It's a strategy game, supposedly, a replayable strategy game. Give me this crap. It's just a game. That's such a cop-out. Why would we have to balance something? It's just a game. Well, why would we improve it? Well, we don't improve it. It's just a game. Well, why do you get feedback? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just a game. I mean, player experiences could be made better by making these mechanics better. Just a game. I mean, is that just like a carte blanche for like doing nothing? Like, you can make it as shitty as you want because you just tack on it's a game? Because we do that a lot. We do that with it's a beta. It's a game. Like, that's insane, man. It's a game doesn't give anything for this. Such a cop-out answer. It's a good hit. Oh my god. So frustrating there. Kind of want the Lysandra, honestly. This doesn't really make any sense. Like, people do this when they're like worried on my behalf, right? They're like, oh, we gotta calm him down. Just let him know it's not that important. Yeah, I get it. I get it. In the greater scheme of things, the outcome of any individual game is not that important. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But if we're looking at this in the context of a game that has the ability, we have the ability as players and as the devs of this game to make this game massively better with a small amount of changes that are easily doable, and there's no good counter argument for, and we're not. So why is that? Why are we deliberately holding a game to make it worse than it should be? Like, that one bothers me. That one bothers me a lot. Like, it's so easily fixed. Alright, what are we doing with this shit? We got a red buff Titanic Hydra Zephyr. None of those are playable. We have a PD, which we're not building, and we have a... let's just throw a Negtron Cloak over here. Yeah. Imperial Foredream? No. It's that I needed a way to go to a slightly higher power level than we were at. And that seemed to be one of the ways to do it. Uh-oh, we're gonna spin to win? Spin win? Win spin. Good, dodge the Darius spin, great. Go. Yeah, it frustrates me. Like, Pantheon, I feel like, is a perfect indication of how poor a job people are doing with the balancing of this game, right? Like, it was so clearly bugged. Like, or they're doing a type of, Jesus, this feels open 40 to me, right? Like, what are we doing? Like, this shit doesn't help us. Why don't I just sell these, go in with 2 knights? I've been wanting to practice open for it. Like, this isn't making me any stronger. None of that makes me any stronger. Okay. Yeah, I'm less worried about my income. My income is not particularly heavily tied to this, the balance of this game. But my enjoyment of this game is pretty heavily tied to it. You know, and there may be a design decision in here that is different than what I understand design decisions to be. Like, you guys have told me a million times that Riot likes to add difference to their patches above and beyond adding balance, which makes literally no sense to me, but hey, that's the thing, I guess. Get another knight.
Fresh from the stagecoach.
But it leaves me frustrated. 4 knights, no damage. And something, so like the carousel is such a poorly designed mechanic. Item balance being this bad, it's so bad for this game. Just hard to make sense of for me. Thank you, Pat HS, for the sub. Well, is the game supposed to be fun or competitive? Well, I don't understand how the randomness of the carousel mechanic makes it more fun. Like, how is that more fun? It's certainly less competitive. We all agree there. So if the trade-off is supposedly between competitive and fun, which I don't even buy. I don't buy that from a design perspective in the first place. But let's say that's the truth. How is it more fun to 50-50 coin toss here? All right, what are we doing, by the way? I have no idea. We'd like a sword. Take a shell. Thank you, AlleyCat23 for the sub. Much appreciated. How did I win that fight? Perseverance. Fuck, I just got 50-50. The guy on the other side of the fucking lobby got offered first priority on that. Jorbs and I were having this discussion on Dolphin stream the other day, right? That the other thing is too that when you have a system where there's a 50-50 chance, that's the highest amount of variance you can have. If if all 8 people were released at the carousel at the same time, your variance goes down a little bit. Just stupid. All right. At least that's my understanding of that. All right. So we are still rolling around with this. We'd like another knight. Don't have one. I think I'll pick the Eve up. Still econ off that, probably. 4. Okay. Build an RFC. Don't know that that's very helpful. That's what I'm talking about, Kirgrim. And there's no reason to do that. You could just so easily release people one at a time on the carousel instead. And there's so many like legacy failures in here, right? Okay, I've heard the argument that it takes too long to do that. Why is the pick process by moving a model to a part of a rotating circle? If you're worried about the timing, just release them one at a time and you left click. You can literally you don't have to have the stupid bubbly floating thing. You could just click on the item you want. And then you could have less time than it takes the carousel right now and not have this stupid mechanic of 50-50ing you all the time. Like, give me a break. Or, I mean, the other argument I've heard, which I think is a fairly good argument, is that items are probably too strong. If items were weaker, then it would be less impactful, the RNG of getting shitty items. but they're not. They're game breaking. They decide comps all the time, right? You either win or lose based often on the items that you pick up. I think we lose this. Go. Oh, it's very close. Alright, our items are all over the place. I think we actually win this without without having to add anything here. I don't know what we're going for though. Morning, Sully. More junk items. At least we got 2 of them. That's good. It's GA. This GA is disproportionately way better than everything else in the game right now as items go. So what, I roll down now looking for hits. That makes some sense. Or just pass to Shyvana. Doesn't seem very strong right now. Can we get another assassin in? No. Could. Didn't really want to sell the Nid. Oh, econ here. Don't need that. Probably don't need that. Don't need those. Okay. So we're looking at some sort of brawlers or assassins maybe. There's Guardian. Do protect the Eve a little bit. Already sold that piece. So we hit some of the shapeshifter pieces. These are kind of Draven items too. There's an RFC in there. What do we do with this? It's probably just assassins of some sort. Can't be Eve carry assassins though. Not with this shit. Shyvana is quite good with a red buff too. Thought we won this. I think we still win this. Kind of want the Guardian. So to get to 6 here, where probably most other players are. So we have the Eve, Shapeshifter, Start. That looks fairly promising. Have the Assassins with the Knights, but all of these are sellable. Can keep the Eve once we go Shapeshifters too. Guess I build RFC on this dude. Could double Titanic Hydra Shyvana. Sounds fucking hilarious to me. We need a Nid. Okay. I wish they had item balance in this game too. That would be a big part of making this game better. Alright, hit our Eve upgrade. Still on 5, 39 going into this fight, and we don't need the veins, so that should be okay. Do I RFC Zed, or do I build the Titanic Hydras investing in the Shyvana? Shyvana that we're not sure we're building yet. RFC is a great item, but only on a physical carry. How do you make items less impactful? Well, the easiest way to do that is to make the percentage of damage or survivability a hero has or champion have be less less about the item and more about their base stats. I mean, that's the easiest way to answer that. The other thing you could do is balance your items so that not one item is not always just massively better than all other items. Like, for example, Guardian Angel in this patch. Or Spatula. All of that works. A Hex Tech away from carry items for Eve. No, I'm missing a sword and a rod. Oh, I see. You mean these go to Eve? Sure. I mean, we can build Eve with that. Yes, I guess I'm a Hex Tech item away. Yep.
Powering up.
Okay. Unfortunate. Doesn't really matter. Don't think we lose to Wolves with this, I don't think. Probably the turn where I should transition pieces, but I'm not sure how to do it fast enough. Need that Shyvana. Guess I'm moving away from assassins, huh? Okay. Let's like sell everything this round. It's coming around anyways. Big ult. Kill them both. No, die instead of killing them both. Feels bad.
Fully charged. The inferno begins.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Illuminate.
Forgot to get her in. I think I'm doing it. With my Shyvana. Okay. Alright, need to hit our Shyvana.
I was forged by winter. I was forged by winter.
There it is.
By the blood of my father, I will end them.
Shapeshifter 4, so I could pull Jace. Okay. I need the sword. Gunblade's the better portion of the Guardian Angel. For Eve, I think Claw and Gunblade are the most important pieces, and Guardian Angel's third on Eve for importance. I don't know. Don't really want to be in a spot where we're basing our survival on Eve. But we're pretty low, so we need to hit Gnar upgrades. And that's about it. Alright, how do I make this stronger, if at all? Change the positioning a little bit. Okay.
I was forged by winter.
Gunblade Shyvana too. Yeah, I could. This guy's got Gnar 2 and Shyvana 2. And Swain. My unit just fucking ulted a single target. That's magic immune as opposed to the clumped units. Feels bad. Like, I mean, just like look at that guy. Do we not have enough RNG already? Do we really need to add RNG to the items as well? We already have the fucking hero roll card. Like everything, like there's so many changes that could make this game great and they're just not there. This has been really underwhelming too, by the way. Like I want to believe this should be good on shapeshifters, but it's been pretty shit. Should have probably just built a Warmugs and an RFC. But I thought maybe that would be good on a shapeshifter since we're going to have huge amounts of HP. But the item's probably just not very well balanced, which means, you know, don't bother. Getting mana burn.
Those who oppose me get scorned.
What piece comes out? Nothing really, right? Why do people put GA on edge? Is it so she can get at least one ult off? Yes. Yes, it is. I think this is just a pure throw after having seen these in action. Feels like they should be fine, but not fine. Need a rod.
Without
Okay.
on wings of fury.
How do I get stronger? I have like 6 fights, 4 more items. to hit Nars and A-Souls. We're in a really bad spot to do that.
On the prowl.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do this.
I don't even know. Here, I guess. That rod. Okay. Didn't I just play this guy? Oh, also, yeah, I did just play this guy. So I guess we'll go home to this guy. Okay. Okay. Ah! Okay, let's get our next game going. I need to do a quick promotion here, guys. This is part of the Amazon Echo promotion. So let's go with this. Alexa, remind me at 12 to change games.